So we have a little time left, and what we usually like to do with that little bit of time is take questions. They don't have to be about blotting out the sun.
They don't have to be about anything.
They don't I'd love it if they were about the electric grandmother.
I'm going to get water.
They can be about whatever. But there's a microphone right there. You could ask us. Well, you could ask us just anything that comes into your mind. Nobody wants to be the first person to ask a question. That's why this guy is a hero. Everybody applaud your hero. See, he did it. He did it. Now another guy's coming up. This is how it starts.
Amazing
This
thing.
is how it starts. It's not easy. It's not easy to be the brave one. Hello, sir. What is your name? Nice to see you.
What an idiot!
Scott.
I'm just kidding, Scott. You're still a hero. I was just making a little quibble.
So on the subject of past two topics, what if the plan to blot out the sun in, as you put it, Monty Burns style, is just to make us go into polyphonic, so that we have to adjust to the predators at nighttime?
Ooh, I mean anything that gets me up and energetic in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to destroy the earth, but if now that we've linked it to that sweet, sweet sleep.
So basically, he's saying like, no, I don't want to go to sleep. No, I don't want to go to sleep. No, I don't want to go to sleep.
Volcano eruption.
Yeah, it's dark. I guess I'll go to sleep. That, right? That's the plan?
That's a good plan.
Good plan.
I'm for it.
Be ready for those predators with the night vision.
Yeah,
I think
I will support your Kickstarter.
I think in the post sunblot world that we will all live in, sleep will be the only place that we have any solace. It will be the only happy place.
Ooh, yeah. That's usually. Are you sitting in the right chair? Yeah, I'm for it. Now that you put the two stories together like that, I am all for it. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
I think from now on we have to figure out a way to link all of our stories.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's easy to link two things together. You know what I mean? You can come up with anything to link two things together. If we had done three stories, yeah, sure. Give me two things.
A banana and walking on the beach.
Oh, I mean, that's easy. It's tropical beach. You have yourself a little cocktail.
Damn it, he did it again!
Now, if you add a third thing, that becomes a problem. If you were like a banana, a beach, and a fucking Wolverine, I would be like, well, now I'm having troubles.
Ah, it's true. It's true. Just because you've never been to Wolverine Beach.
No, Wolverine Beach was my
Where
thing.
the bananas are plenty.
To go back to our favorite 60s films, Wolverine Beach.
Wolverine Beach!
He's dead!
You'll get ripped to shreds on Wolverine Beach.
Hi, we've just left you standing there. We're in our own. We're doing our own thing. Can you harmonize?
No.
Okay, we'll move on. What's your question?
Ladies and gentlemen, the lead singer of Monophasic...
the monophonic spree.
So I guess I'm going to connect the two topics again. Both the change to sleep schedules and global warming are linked to fundamental changes in society that started during the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on how we can individually change our own behavior, do you think a fundamental change to society is necessary to alleviate both of those issues?
I think a fundamental...
Nobody told me this was going to be a test.
Yeah.
You have to announce a test in advance.
You have to make the international symbol for serious question when you come up.
No, that's an excellent
so we
question.
know. No, it is a great question. The trouble with this is you have an entire society that's barreling along a certain direction in the name of progress, and it's like, how do you do that? You not only have to pump the brakes, you have to pump the brakes and completely change direction. And you've got to get everybody to agree. We couldn't even get everybody in this room to agree that polyphasic sleep sounded cool. We probably couldn't get everybody in this...
Because it doesn't sound cool.
It sounds really cool to some of us. But yeah, I mean...
you just said... we need to get everyone to agree. And we couldn't even get everyone to agree with what I wanted them to agree with.
Yeah.
And if that's impossible, then what do we do?
I make sense at all times. I am always the voice of reason. It is my burden. It is not easy.
Yeah.
And yet here we are.
You know, the thing that's crazy about what you're asking is that it's not like... You think that it would take some crisis to get everybody to get on the same page, right? But we're in the crisis. The crisis is happening.
Mm-hmm. It's the slow boiling frog. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is.
It's like we've gotten to this point now where like the crisis was ratcheting up, and in the 60s, everybody who said anything about this crisis was like crazy environmentalist hippie.
Right.
And then as we kept going up, like then you got into 80s movies where there were like silly raps about the environment.
Yeah.
And like still like nothing's changing.
And then everybody gets entrenched
Mm-hmm.
and decides to, hold on to these ideas that they made back when things seemed silly and not a crisis.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, a lot of these massive problems are hard to change, like manufacturing problems. Like we want our goods and services to come from places that are making them in environmentally sound ways. But I also know that I don't have to pay more than $10 for a coffee maker, and I never have. So what happens when my coffee maker is now $73 for a basic coffee maker?
Right.
We don't do that. We don't go backwards like that. So what is the other solution? The trick is you have to come up with something that gives me my $10 coffee maker. You can't take away from people because people are extremely resistant to that. You have to come up with a solution that lets them keep everything they have and fixes the problem. And that's fucking crazy. How do you do that? But I assume that you blot out the sun. But I assume that you came up because that was your leading question into your sales pitch because you have the plan and go. Abolish capitalism. Sure.
They already said it.
There it is.
What's that Churchill thing about capitalism being the worst form of government except for all the others?
I am the counterculture, baby. I don't even have a badge. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be so great when this ends with security taking you out of here. It's going to be awesome.
What's up? You can't stop. Actually, at 11:01, they can stop me because I am no longer a panelist at 11:01.
12:01.
12:01.
Yeah.
12:01.
Hello there.
Hey, how you guys doing? So, previous to the show, you've talked about biohacking, like the liquid you drop into your eyes, night vision, and stuff like that.
Fuck yeah.
Anthony's also talked about a lot how he wants to be a robot and replace all his body parts with robot parts.
He wants to be.
You could go up to a certain
Elderly
point.
Wonder 2.0.
You can go up to a certain point.
The OG brain.
You got to keep the brain. You got to keep the brain. The second they make I don't know how many of you are new. The second they make a copy, it's not you anymore. You just gave all your shit away to some copy of yourself, and you're gonna die, asshole. They gotta keep the brain. Anyway, go on.
So my question.
If anybody comes up to you and is like, "We're gonna turn you into a robot," you'd be like, "Keep the brain." Anthony told me. You'll remember that the next time. You'll be like, "Oh right, what was I supposed to ask?" Keep the brain.
You are now living my life.
Yeah.
Where he says, go on, and then keep speaking.
Go on.
Yeah. No.
So my question. Rather modify yourself or mechanical modification.
Oh, it's
Does
a tough
biohacking
question.
let me live forever?
Yeah. It's what
Because
about
robot feels like.
Where's the aging process come into this? Because robot don't age,
Yeah.
baby.
I want to never not be.
I want to never not be.
Is that cool?
Yeah, I think that's the coolest. I think that's the coolest dream.
It's groovy, baby. Yeah. Never not be. Just never not be with me.
This is something that's interesting to me because I often wonder whether we will create a robot. What will come first? The creation of a robot body that is not just the same as a human body but better. So I get all the sensations and feelings and everything, but I also get the superpowers, or biohacking to the point where we get rid of aging. Which one will come first? Because whichever one comes first is the one I'm doing, obviously. It's not like, here's the gene thing for living forever. I'm like, no. I want a helicopter that comes out of my head. No.
Oh, I do. The burden of solving crimes, though, would be so heavy. Yeah, you're like one of those guys that's just like, I'll take what. You're not going to wait for the cool version of the tech. You just want the tech.
What's
first.
the tech? And then if I can upgrade later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd go robot because of the live forever thing. And also it feels like that's more upgradable than biology is it's entropy. We're dealing with entropy, and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. But I do like the idea of biological.
I mean, robot needs oil or it gets squeaky, so that's entropy.
That's a good point.
Robot gets real squeaks.
But I feel like I just keep getting the new. I'm on that. I'll get on that.
I know
robot
a lot
body plan
about robotics. Thank you.
That yearly Apple robot body plan upgrade thing.
Hell yeah!
where I
You get
just
the
pay-
Apple Care Plus for your robot body.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Like if I trip and fall and break my glass screen.
I just scratched my face and they gave me a new one.
Yeah.
That's it. You get the AppleCare Plus for the robot body. Don't get the AppleCare because then they're going to charge you to replace the face.
And then every year you get the new robot body, and you don't have to be the guy who's embarrassed of your 2-year-old robot body when you pull it out at parties.
When you're still like jetpacks coming out of the back and everybody's got rocket feet, you're
Yeah.
like, you look like an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why you get the
You're
AppleCare
like,
Plus.
oh, you still got that bezel, huh?
Anyway, to answer your
on
question,
body? You got that bezel bod?
to answer your question,
I don't have a bezel anymore.
the
but
nearest
I got this
Apple
weird tab
store
on
is
my
like
forehead.
half a mile away. You should get the AppleCare Plus.
My question is quite simply, how do you come down from this when you're done recording? I mean, while
No.
you're recording, it's just not at all.
What makes you think we're any different than this? There's a why
You guys can't sustain that, right?
Surely you're
That's
not.
not. You're married, right?
Nobody would take a yelling idiot for this much this long, right? Sure, an hour of this is mildly entertaining, but not all day.
This is the only way we're able to come to Boston is our wives are like, please
Just get the fuck out of here.
like the whole week. Just
No,
take-
honey,
take
I
the
was
whole
reading
weekend.
about biphasic sleep.
Okay,
No, it said that they did it, and they would
gotta-
get up at midnight
can you
and they
just-
would read books and stuff.
Can you just-
We should do it.
Can you just call Jeff?
No, we should do it.
Just call Jeff.
No, I'm gonna set an alarm for midnight. We'll
He'll
do
come
it.
over. He'll come over right now. Just call him.
Yeah.
So The Electric Grandmother was a great movie.
Thank you very much.
So I think it was actually a movie, not a series.
Was it? No, I don't think it was a series. It was like they had a bunch of specials that went on in the mid-afternoon.
Wait, so wait. I want to know about this. This is what you said, a Nickelodeon thing?
So
I thought it was Disney.
Disney. So it's like the cat that could talk with the collar and all that series of things.
Yeah. It was live action.
Wasn't there like a Kirk Cameron thing where
the
he was a robot?
computer. No, Kurt.
Too human or huh?
Oh, not quite human.
Not quite human. Right.
Not quite
Yeah.
human. Where he was an android boy.
I saw that one.
That was very good.
So anyway,
That's all she could take. She's like,
remember
Kirk Cameron.
She's like, fuck, not quite human. That show was
Cameron.
garbage.
It's gonna-
And it wasn't Kirk Cameron.
I will not stand
It
for
just
this.
looked like Kirk Cameron.
I will
You guys
not-
don't know anything about
Listen.
science.
I sat here for 45 minutes hoping Kirk Cameron would not come up. It's my one hope, and yet you guys had to go
Please
there.
no Bible man. Please no Bible man. Please no Bible man. Anyway.
Sorry.
So anyway, if you remember, the Electric Grandmother had interesting make orange juice come out of her fingertips
Yep.
to give to the grandkids.
Oh, gross.
Should do grandmother things.
Disgusting.
And a
So they were like
glass
suckling at her fingertips?
No. No, Jeff.
I love you, Grandma.
She's the electric grandmother, not the electric heathen. She put it in a glass.
It went into the glass, and then the kids drank it. So, what is your favorite Electric Grandmother capability that you wish you had?
That I had or my grandma had. Do I want an electric
Two-part
grandma?
question. First,
What
which
do I
electric?
have?
Yeah, which?
So I would have to know her actual skill set
You
to
don't know
know.
anything. What did she have? Toast that came out of her mouth? What did she do? I don't
Mouth
remember.
toast. She's a fucking horror.
I remember she
I'm
just.
your grandma.
Yeah, I remember she sat in a chair and she plugged herself in, and the kid was like, "No, I don't love you. You're not real. You're bullshit." And then they made the electric grandmother go away because the kid was like, "I don't want it." And then the kid was like, "But the electric grandmother did love me." It was like it was exactly the way you would think it would be. The only thing I would remember,
I wouldn't think it would have mouth toast.
mouth toast, I might have made up.
He said it.
No, I said it, and then he corroborated because he was running with the bit. I'm not making you commit to mouth toast. I don't think it happened.
I do.
Can you list off the electric grandmother Mark 43's capabilities?
Honestly, the only one I remember is the orange. Pick one up.
Yeah, let's make one up. I do appreciate though that you actually have plants in the audience. That's a lot of planning.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Special Delivery was the name of the Nickelodeon series where they would show these different things every day. Special Delivery. You're welcome, everyone. And by everyone, I mean me. It was bothering me so much.
Okay, so electric grandma that I would want to have. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Orange juice out of my fingers is pretty rad because it's my finger, so I can just all day long. little oil of vitamin C. I like a good orange juice. You could do 1 finger pulp, 1 finger no pulp.
I think it's definitely the not sleeping and being able to recharge through an outlet or through solar power. I think that's it. That's any robot. Any
Boring.
robot, that's the first thing I want is the no sleep.
I mean, I could recharge and just be.
Because the electric grandmother she didn't have like jet boots. I'd remember if she had jet boots because that would have been fucking dope.
Who the fuck builds this grandma and doesn't put jet boots on her?
I don't know. Can I tell you the scariest thing I remember from the electric grandmother? Welcome to our electric grandmother fan cast. When they go to pick out the electric grandmother, they stand in front of a screen where like these ghostly shapes and forms, and it's like, when you see the shape you want your grandmother to be, point it out and be like, what the fuck is this shit? And the girl is like looking and she's like, that's the one. That's the shape of my grandmother. I'm like, these are fucking ghosts.
What?
These are the ghosts of other people's grandmas. And you're putting it into a robot.
It's kind of how I bought my iPhone. I was like, whoa, what are these things? It's got no bezel.
But it wasn't like the ghostly shapes of iPhones floating around.
Have you not seen the commercial for the iPhone 10?
No.
That's basically what it is. It's like swirly chaos and then a British voice going,
Hey man, you ever watch that Apple commercial? Hi. You gotta-
Guys, so Jeff, I know you're a big board gamer.
Yes.
Do you like board
I do.
games? You guys gonna be? What else are you guys gonna do this pack?
well, we gotta come down from this.
Yeah. That usually takes 7 to 10 days. At which point we're recording the next one. I don't know. I have to get a badge. That's my next
Anthony
thing.
doesn't actually belong here.
I have to get a badge.
I do love the board game. One of my favorite things about PAX is the analog board game area. I was there yesterday. I know that Fireball Island, Rob Davio brought Fireball Island here. So
What?
Yes. The new rebooted Fireball
Wait, a
Island.
rebooted Fireball Island?
Yeah, Rob Davio is the designer of Risk Legacy, Pandemic Legacy, and
Oh, okay.
countless other games. He has a
So
new
this
company.
is some dark Fireball Island shit.
Yeah. He's got a new company called Restoration Games where they take old games and they remake them. They reimagine them. They make them good games, like games that were okay and older,
Yeah.
but they remake them into new good games. We're at time. But anyway, Fireball Island is here, and I would love to go play that.
I'll probably mega booth and mini booth. I'll definitely roll by there. Above and beyond that, I just tend to wander around.
We're at time, but I want to get our last question in. So I'm
Yeah.
sorry to short shrift your great board game question, but yes, board games, huzzah.
I had a question about
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yes.
I feel like maybe
Good eye.
I feel like maybe not so much a question for us, but an email to the UN that you need to write.
Okay.
Maybe
Yep.
maybe subject line urgent.
Read dinosaurs.
That's our show, everybody. Thank
all
you so much.
We will be right outside, assuming I don't get kicked out for not having a badge. We have pins and stickers for sale, and come say hi. We'll just be right out there wherever they let us stand.
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming.